first week of class in England. It was a 6-month study abroad program. And the very first week of class, by the way, I didn't know anyone else on the program. It was 60 kids from St. Cloud State, and I just signed up to go alone. I didn't know anybody else on the program. So we were over, we actually lived in a castle in northern England. It was just magical and wonderful. But the very first week of class, in our speech class, our assignment was to interview someone else on the program that you didn't know before. And I thought, well, I guess I'll just, find someone to ask. Well, before I could even leave the room, Jodi approached me and asked if we could interview each other. And so we did, and I always say, little did I know that couple hours interview would just turn into a lifelong friendship that would just change my life, really change my life. So anyway, we just had I only knew Jodi 8 years. From that day until she was abducted was like 8 years. But she's just been one of the most important people in my life. And so I'm honored to be here today to represent the family and to read the statement from, this is written by Joanne, her sister, and her niece, Kristen. First of all, we want to say thank you to all those who have planned this memorial service. Jodi would be so appreciative. Today we have to say it is very sad and frustrating that we haven't found our Jodi and that justice hasn't been served in her case. To think it has been 25 years and we are still looking for her is unbelievable. At the beginning, many of us thought she'd be found within a short period of time, hopefully alive. We know there are miracles that happen every day. How many times do we hear the phrase, "You must have hope"? Well, we must continue with this hope so we can find our Jodi and also find who is responsible for this horrible act. Never did we think such a tragedy would happen to our Jodi. June 27, 1995 has changed our family forever. You see, Jodi brought us so much joy and happiness, and she was always so caring and loving to her family and friends. We were so looking forward to the future years together. Even though there is no way we can give adequate thanks to everyone who has helped us these past 25 years, today we must mention a few key people. We wish to thank the law enforcement, Jodi's Network of Hope, FindJodi.com, family, friends, and yes, even strangers who didn't know Jodi, but who have stepped up over the years to help us. It is just amazing how many have volunteered countless hours, giving up so much of their personal time to pursue leads or to help give the case publicity. We especially want to acknowledge Jodi's Network of Hope and FindJodi.com for all the hours of work they contributed in searching for answers and in wanting to keep her memory alive. Amy Arns and Candy Host have known Jodi since kindergarten, and they have been dynamic leaders in Jodi's Network of Hope. Jodi would be so pleased with the sessions on safety and the college scholarships given out in her name yearly at Long Prairie High School. Thus far, at least $50,000 has been given to high school graduates of the school where Jodi herself graduated. We must mention Caroline Moe from FindJodi.com. She has been so dedicated to the case, pursuing leads and striving to keep Jodi's name in the spotlight. She has done so much research in Jodi's case and has worked very hard to give it publicity through articles in various magazines and interviews. In our eyes, she has been a saint. We look up to her with her expertise and knowledge. We can't forget Josh Benson, a founding member of FindJodi.com, and his wife Tara Benson, who designed the beautiful billboards. We also need to acknowledge and give immense thanks to former members Gary and Gladys Peterson, who have worked diligently for many years in establishing FindJodi.com and searching for answers. Thank you so much, Gary and Gladys. There is no doubt that there is a special place in heaven for both of you. It is just amazing how these people and their teammates, past and present, have worked countless hours without pay to help solve Jodi's case. There is no way we can mention each and every name, but we will never forget your kindness and generosity. Jodi believed in being positive and making the most of each day. After all, she was a member of the Optimist Club. She frequently made the statement, "Oh, I love life." We often think of that and it gives us strength to move forward. Jodi loved meeting people. She treated everyone with respect, regardless of where they were from, and she would always take the time to listen and talk with them. Recently, we watched a show that featured the case of a college girl who went missing from a small town in the state of Washington. Her body was found within a few days, but the case wasn't solved for 30 years. The evil man who abducted her lived just down the road from her mother's house. Two gals in this small town had always been suspicious of him and didn't get good vibes from him. If only they had pursued their suspicions more aggressively, the case could have possibly been solved sooner. Please don't let us wait 30 years to solve our case. If you are suspicious of anyone, please notify law enforcement, the DCI, or the FBI. Even if you think your information seems insignificant, it may be the missing piece we are waiting for, and it may help crack the case. Remember, it could be someone who is living nearby or even in your neighborhood. We need your help. It's time to bring Jodi home.